So in how many ways is it like 1953 again? When you stay put for a little while, you end up accumulating a jar of change. I brought the jar to the bank, and yes, it's 1953 again. How? She counted all the pennies by hand. Buenos dias.
Oh, look at the little angels.
Okay, so we're heading out into the village. Bright and squirrely at 8 o'clock a.m. Thought I heard a car. Looks like rainy season is starting to set in December. This is our interesting walk. Every day's a new day. Walking up the hill, you never know what kind of mood the dogs are in. Here's something I wanted to point out. You better have all your French drains and your gullies figured out real good, because although it's super dry here, if you did get a fluke downpour, heavy rain, you'd have a big problem. Not so much up here. The ones building their houses on the edges like this would have a issue with the water because they're downhill from it. So there's the neighbor's yard. The water would go right into the neighbor right there. So and this is the central plaza of Santa Isabel. It did take some mountain climbing to get up here.
It's like 5 days before Christmas, and there's a little cute parade here. In Santa Isabel. Oh, look at the little angels.
So in how many ways is it like 1953 again? When you stay put for a little while, you end up accumulating a jar of change jar. So I went to the bank to put the, let's get them on camera since they're staring so much. Hola, ¿cómo está? This way. Buenos dias. Since they're staring so much, I better get their facial print. And I brought the jar to the bank, and yes, it's 1953 again. How? She counted all the pennies by hand. Buenos dias. I was really surprised. I was so sheepishly thankful. I'm like, thank you, thank you. She's counting all the pennies by hand. Now, she put them through a machine, but it was a really rinky-dink looking machine. I think the only thing the machine did was separate the pennies and the nickels and stuff and the dimes, but it didn't count them or anything. Or maybe they don't trust the machine and they had to do both. But anyhow, interesting little detail on how it's 1953 again. Well, you know how you go to Walmart? You go to Walmart, you bring your change jar over there, you just dump it in the machine, and it just gives you a little slip and you get your money.
Simple.
And it's machine done. But here we have to stand there and wait till she counted every penny. Variety store in Santa Isabel. I just want a nail clipper. But there's lots of toys. What, hon?
I don't see bathroom stuff. You want a banana?
Yeah, I'm kind of hungry. Oh, they seem a little hard. Walking the streets of Santa Isabel. It is hilly. Can you see that? Oh my gosh. Oh man, that smells so sweet. Oh, the street's busted. I was gonna go down the street here. Oh well, people are still using it.
Is this the road we're going down?
The streets of San Francisco. I mean, Santa Isabel. Yeah, let's plan B. It's definitely hilly. Yeah, you don't see a whole lot of the retired gringos here because, well, I mean, you know, it requires some physicality to do the hills, more so than Quito. What about for young people?
No, it's like San Francisco here.
Yeah, it's pretty steep.
It's hilly. It's up and down, up and down. Up and
What about being in a village for young people? There's not really a whole lot to do, right?
No, there's nothing really to do.
I mean, you can admire views and enjoy weather for so long, and then it just kind of gets like, oh, okay, whatever. To me, unless you're actually using weather, like going swimming or playing soccer or basketball or something. Holiday season. Oh, the Santa Clauses? I think are they elves or Santa Clauses? This one's a Santa Claus. He's got a beard.
It's okay.
The other one's an elf.
Be a beardless Santa Claus.
All right, so we're leading the parade here.
We're in front of it, man.
We're leading the parade. It's Friday morning, but it's a couple days before the big day. I like these little murals they do in Ecuador with sort of like a wisdom wheel or wisdom flower, and they have nice words, and you know, you see that a lot in Ecuador, and I like that. I think it's a good thing for the youth to be around. We better get out of their way here. This is one of the main stores here in Santa Isabel, and this is it. This is it. That's it right there. There is a little rack here, but as you can see, there's only 3 pineapples. We got quite a bit of apples, and they've got a couple of broccolis because it's morning. If you come in the afternoon, that might change. But you can see the outside door right there. That's the size of it. So, all right. Well, I don't see any bananas. I came in for bananas. These are plantains. No hay guineos. Guineos sí hay. Oh, you have to ask for them.
I guess I won't get these then.
Good idea. Don't get those.
You know I like to have those in my popcorn, honey.
I'm getting hungry. A little bit of ginger. So I just learned something new. The gal says, well, she brought out plantains after I asked for bananas, and I said, no, I want bananas. And she's like, oh no, we don't have those. And I'm like, wait, what do you call them? Aren't they called guineos? And she said, yeah, we call plantains guineo too. Learn something new every day. I'm not tilting the camera. I mean, it is slanted. You can see it right here. Bada bing, bada boom. Careful, don't slip on the mud. Oh. Okay, so we're gonna do the on foot downhill. The fact sheet says Santa Isabel is about 18,000 population, but it's really spread out. It doesn't seem like it. It's really spread out all over, What does he want? Take it easy. Take it easy, Bubba. What happens is you've got a chorus going on when you go down these roads. All that has to happen is one dog barks, and that kind of signals. They're like bees. All the other dogs, they come out and be aggressive if just one of them barks. That's why I say be nice to all of them. Look, that dog's already waiting. Look, he's already getting started. And how many times, see, the dogs up here just started, and now these guys are doing it too. They're starting them young. They're starting them young, honey. Yes, as you can see, we live in a village, an Ecuadorian village, and there are certain protocols for village living. Definitely there are, because, right, Angie, you look at the villages like in Panama, which have been brought on this map on the RAM circuit, like Pedasi and all that. You got the $800 to $1,200 crowd over there, and just this place that used to be a village, Panamanian village. It's just a crying shame if you ask me. As you know, we've never paid more than $300 for 4-bedroom houses, and that includes here in the village. Actually, $300 is on the high end for a village. So, but if you just follow the regular Gringo circuit, you're not going to get that. It's not going to happen. Not going to happen. So don't even try it. Just letting you know what's possible for a person that really digs down and decides they're going to go local. I don't say these things on video to raise any kind of invalid expectation from the mismatched audience, because not everyone's going to go local and going to be able to. And if you don't, or you don't know how, whatever, and aren't interested, that's okay too. To each his own. But I enjoy it. I love it. And you've seen my houses, and people like to say, well, houses in this price range are no good. Yes, that's correct. For you, they're no good. But I've always gotten good houses. Yeah, and I'm not being flippant when I say that. I'm just talking to the previously named crowd that, and actually being part of the crowd just makes it more difficult. And so I realize how challenging it is. I don't want to make it sound easy, especially on a RAM circuit. Beautiful out here, the sun's out already. And this is the very last hill. For now. And we've got some blooms in December. Not many though.